Morning. Hope you guys are doing good. I'm just gonna pull a couple cards just for the collective energy this week. It's Sunday. Let's go outside and get some sun after this. Shit. Bottom of the deck, we have the Tear. And then what fell on the floor was the Destroyer. I like that kind of wolf energy in the background. There's like a light really, two lights really peeking through. Kind of like a circular Ouroboros type of figure in there. So it's kind of pretty straightforward. The Tear and the Destroyer. I think right away of this last eclipse, lunar eclipse, really bringing up a lot of things that we were just not very happy to see about ourselves, within ourselves, around us. So I mean, if it's around us, we're obviously attracting it, we're vibrating at its same frequency in some manner, right? So yeah, really going through these emotions after kind of taking on the Destroyer archetype, you know. We all have this ability to be destructive, to destroy, to tear down what's no longer ours. And sometimes that can be very self-sabotaging, and you know, if we don't have that internal work done, we can be destroying our internal, very much so. Especially with holding a lot of Tear energy too. You know, when we don't allow our emotions to flow, we're not completely purifying ourselves. And so yeah, we, over this like last couple weeks, let's be honest, it's been quite a bit of Destroyer energy. Maybe we kind of did seek out some more Destroyer behaviors, but maybe we also knew that that energy was here, like your girl, and really took on that archetype to serve myself well, to no longer, to kind of destroy these expectations and illusions that came with those expectations of people. And I use the Destroyer in a good way, honestly. You learn as life goes on that the better you're at just destroying something yourself, it sometimes can be very beneficial because you're very much in control of it, but it's self-serving, right? So even for me, like when I think of the Tear being the overall energy and then the Destroyer coming out, it really just points to a lot of, so the Tear, right away when I think of the Tear, I think of the third eye chakra. And our different chakras are our main endocrine glands, right? So our third eye is our pituitary gland. That is right underneath the pineal, that receives the messages. The pineal receives messages, and then it gives it to the pituitary to send out different chemical neurotransmitters, right? So when we are crying, we are literally helping our third eye purify. We are purifying our emotions. You know, when I think of emotions, I think of a lot of water energy. And that water energy is, how cool is it that we can make our own water with tears, you know? So we got to think of how self-serving that is, to really be very emotionally intelligent. I just seen 444. Be balanced, you know what direction works well for us. So we, are kind of the center of our own world, and we're not so outside of ourselves, that we can't feel how these emotions really affect us, and how they really do need to come out to be able to purify. And when I see the emerald guy down here, I just think of like the emerald tablets, and like how it's a lot of Thoth energy. And again, a lot of Thoth energy is really opening up these, these upper chakras, our third eye, our crown, and even our throat chakra is really kind of this throne that we can allow God to sit in. And if we give God a really purified throne, or we have to give him that. He's not going to come down into the the throne like that we have for him, unless it's purified, unless it's it's well balanced, it's cleaned, it's you kind of have to go through and destroy all that bullshit with some motherfucking Lysol. You know what I'm saying? So yes, that's kind of the overall energy lately, for sure. But don't drop anymore. Definitely over the last this last couple of weeks, honestly, like, let's just be honest, like, it's been over the last like couple of years, the last like decade, the last the last of all of it. So a couple cards fell out, and I'll just start with the top. So the Empress. Sheesh, huh? How weird. I dropped it, but the star and the Empress wanted to pop out right away. So right away when I think of the Empress, I see her as pregnant. And I also see that she has this beautiful pomegranate full of seeds, right? So right away when I think of the tear and the destroyer, I think of, honestly, like pregnancy. Your body is in such this like hyper like creation mode that you are also just like, when you first get pregnant, you like kind of like have to destroy a little bit, and you're like sick, you puke, you're like cleansing your body and getting ready for this beautiful child, and really purifying yourself to get ready to birth this child. And it's kind of very similar to planting a seed and growing it and nurturing it and giving it that water, getting those seeds and watering them, right? And when I do think of a pregnant woman, I've been pregnant twice, I had 2 kids, so I can speak on this. We're very emotional. We have really just strong emotions. A lot of crying, a lot of just perspiring, just urinating. We're creating a lot of water. Of course, we're intaking it as well, but we are creating our own our own waters to help purify and to help really grow these seeds, right? So not only like as a person, we can kind of think of ourselves as like this pregnant woman, that we're just, we're glowing with the abundance, we're glowing with this want to bring and birth something really beautiful into the world, right? And it's causing us to have to go back and kind of destroy aspects of ourselves that are no longer serving us, right? And that are not going to serve this creation, this new creation that we are trying to bring in. So yeah. So that is definitely, the Empress. Just that energy right away. Of course, the Empress is about abundance. It is the divine feminine. And when I think of the Empress, usually she has an emperor to bring her that stability and that safe place, a castle, a whole kingdom, and a safe place to really be fruit. What am I trying to say? To be really fertile. I was gonna say frugal, not frugal. Fertile for sure. Just out here growing all this abundance, all this greatness, right? So, you know, us really taking on even this kind of pregnant woman, also when I think of her as like very intuitive. When you're pregnant, you're very intuitive of like things that you crave, and like even if we don't fully get like, oh, we're craving ice cream because we want you know, we want dairy, we want calcium, we want, you know, we once we start to really give ourselves and really be intuitive with ourselves and listen to ourselves, that will help us become a better just suit to prepare for this work that needs to be done, to go and get it. You know, wands is passion. It's the fire energy that we really put behind a new project. And although the page is kind of like, you know, just a student, they're just barely learning how to work with their wand. And, you know, and how to work with this newfound passion that they have. And, you know, we all have to kind of start as a student when we start a new life and a new avenues. So becoming this page of wands just helps us get to the Knight of Wands, the Queen of Wands, the King of Wands, right? So the High Priestess came out in reverse, but let's talk about her real quick. So when I see the High Priestess, I see this well-balanced energy of the moon with that purple side, and then the sun. You see the sun rays falling out on the white side, right? And white kind of being purifying, right? So again, this eclipse energy that we just had really showed us why we are not the High Priestess, why we are not balanced quite yet, why our sun and moon energy are not balanced, our masculine and feminine energy are you know, really go energy, with this knowing that the mother always provides, you know, whether it's food, whether it's water, she always provides. And having this mindset of that the life is inconsistent, life is chaos, life is it's definitely having good structures with the things that we need every day, having good food habits, having good breath work habits, having good meditation habits where we do come to this calm, relaxed state. And so we're really finding structure with those masculine aspects of like how we go about with structuring our life, but we're also bringing in a lot of feminine moon energy now. Where we're starting to know what makes us just feel okay in the chaos. You know, feminine energy, like, let's be honest, like, we are very fun, exciting creatures, but we are also destroyers. Whether you want to look at our uterus or our emotions, you know, that is one of the feminine's jobs, is to have the archetype of the destroyer. I mean, men as well too, but again, we're going to talk High Priestess. We want to have this really good balance within ourselves that will help us be very intuitive. And what I meant Divine Mother with the Empress. But first, you know, it is good to be the Divine Feminine, to have that really good, well-balanced energy of go, but also know what gets you to be okay, to be really sitting in that eye of the storm when things do get chaotic and when they're not consistent and certain. And you know, with all this COVID stuff, we've all had a lot of uncertainty, and we're just like seeking that balance when there's such chaos in the world. And so again, us finding that more comfort with, there has to be destroyer energy, there has to be chaos, there has to be the feminine energy, because that is what the world is, you know. Think about it. Very, you know, the Mother Earth, she's gives us what we need, but she also has to do what she's got to do to be able to serve that, right? Which brings us in line with the Lovers. So let's be honest, like when there's a lot of destructive energy, it's hard to have a creative energy, right? A creation energy, to be real sexually driven and passionate on a real sacred sexual way, and not just like, oh, I just need to like just, you know, fuck for fun kind of thing, and just feel good for a little while. Not using it so much as like a means of like releasing, but a means to start reconnecting after we have destroyed so fucking much. I like how the destroyer is the 23 card. 23 is 5. So 5 is like kind of coming to this midpoint and like, damn, like I'm here at this like midpoint now, and like this really doesn't serve me, and it's not allowing me to move forward to like my completion. So you know, destroying again. And then also, I mean, look, we have a feminine and a masculine. What is that feminine? We are curious. We are constant, you know, seeking the the forbidden fruit, this chaos. That what is the forbidden fruit to me? It's kind of like drugs, you know, it's like a mushroom trip almost. It's like being able to be in this state of mind where there's nothing like that, you're really uncertain of like what's going on, kind of, in a way, you know, especially if you're new at it. So it's like giving yourself this dose of femininity that's just like, it's going to cause you to have this ego death where you're not going to feel so much in fear of the chaos, the inconsistency, but you know, it's like, you know, really reaching for that curiosity and looking, you know, to see what's going to really help you like quickly change this perspective and to help you really come to this like ego death. I don't know why I'm getting, you know, the Adam and Eve and the forbidden fruit, and then to me forbidden fruit's just like yeah, it's like drugs, and it's just like, and I shouldn't even say drugs, I should say like psychedelics, like medicine. And yeah, just being able to open yourself up to a whole new paradigm of healing. So really coming into balance, you know, finding finding understanding of the world, and finding actually pleasure in the destroyer chaotic energy, is kind of how I look at when I take like mushrooms or LSD, you know. It's like I'm consuming this medicine that I know is going to cause some type of kind of chaos and uncertainty in some aspects of this time span. And the more I am balanced with giving myself a good structure, a good safety, a good well-balanced you know, planned out kind of day where I'm like, I have to eat good, I have to focus on breathing, I gotta work out, I have to really sit and meditate and be with myself, but also having just this curiosity of like what the feminine aspect of the world can really offer you. Sorry. And how that will really come to heal you. You know, the star is the healer. And when I think of her just kind of sitting in these waters, she looks like she's kind of out in space to me. There ain't nobody around. There ain't nothing that I've never seen kind of on Earth here. Okay, a little bit, but you know what I'm saying? Like, she's a star. She's in the stars, right? So she's really tapping into these healing energies. And again, you know, us kind of being curious about some of these like forbidden fruits, these outside ways of thinking. You know, even like when I think of, you know, Eve, everybody kind of takes her as like the troublemaker, the rebel. So why not just fucking embrace that, you know, and enjoy this kind of controlled chaos is what's coming to mind. I know that's not necessarily the lovers, but really seeking comfort and finding controlled chaos, because it is the destroyer energy and the rebirth energy that we so like we just need so much of it right now after really having COVID and you know, seeing how the world just did not provide the support and the structure that we needed to really fulfill these abundant lives of being happy, of being fruitful, of having what you need, of being able to plant your own seeds and to, you know, reap your own abundance. And to be really, you know, just well balanced, and have that, you know, like real love and sacred union between your own masculine and femininity, that duality that we all really seek. And that's really good and balanced for us, you know. So let's for example, you know, even the star. Okay, so let's think of a star. Let's think of a basketball player, right? They have to be very, very structured, right? They have to be very, we have to go to practice. We have to eat this way. We have to, you know, we have to heal. We have to have times where we rehab and recoup. And there's a lot of have to do's, you know, right? And then, so how do we introduce more chaos and way more femininity? Well, sometimes people know, you know, athletes, stars, they use means of alcohol, drugs, drinking to really escape the absolute like hyper masculinity that they, you know, are kind of driven into. And you can even see how the masculine, sorry, can't really, how the masculine is really looking at the feminine in this picture, and he's like, whoa, look what you got going over there. Like, you're this feminine, you can create, you can make babies, you can like, you could do all this, like, you can like nurture a whole fucking, you know, and you're just this chaotic being that's like emotional and just like your body like destructs itself every fucking month, you know. So it's kind of like he's interested. So it's like our masculinity that we've been really, really driven into, even as a collective, like we're really starting to seek the feminine aspects of us that need to be fed, right? And to really to have that comfort in, you know, that we need to destroy, we need to shed, we need to motherfucking cry, you know. We need to be kind of in this destroyer energy where we just feel chaotic and we feel this like wanderlust, you know. Like that's why people love to travel, right? We like, especially going to a new place, like we love to be lost. And sometimes when we're just like in this hyper masculinity like zone, or just like, yo, how do these people just become so free, you know? They become like stars in their abundance, and you know, and really live like a cool life where they're traveling and working from their computer, whatever. And it's really, again, with High Priestess in reverse, it's really finding that balance between your own shadow and your own light. So what your light, what shadow is made with your light, right? I'm not saying that right, but so what your sun energy Where does it get caught up at? And what entity is there to cause a shadow aspect of that light that you know, like what's causing this shadow? What's the obstruction there that's causing this shadow aspect? And why can't I be comfortable with it? Why can't I embrace it and make it half me? You know, like we are the yin and yang, we are the masculine and the feminine. And even, you know, when you do find that balance, that union, that yeah, that balance and that union between those aspects with you, you can actually find really, really positive changes, and to where you're your own healer. You're your own star, you know? You provide your light. You know what hides your light. And so, you know, like, again, finding a way to find a good, balanced way to destroy, release, purify, be happy, and, or not even be happy, but just find pleasure when there's pain, is going to really help us heal and find where we shine. And I got a vampire card, which is enlightenment. Look at that kitty. That looks like my cat. So, inspiration, epiphany, innovation. Yes, 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 yes. So, this just like calls out, well, of course, fucking the star card too, with the Aquarius. So, the star card is the Aquarius card, right? is So when I think of the Aquarius, I think of how can I not necessarily be selfish, but how can I fill my cup to better serve myself, so that way I can serve the collective, the humanitarian type of vibes, where they know, like, in order to be able to really help humanity, they really have to serve themselves. And that's almost kind of like a rebel to the system a little bit, because we are always so worried outside of ourselves, that we forget to really feed ourselves, so that way we can feed others, you know? And so, yeah, this innovation, again, innovation is totally Aquarius energy. They bring in the technological age. Technology has brought in us innovations of all sorts, right? Where we're even able to live a life on the road, traveling, van life. You know, and I think of all these people like van life, traveling, working from their computer, being that star on YouTube, you know, and really just finding inspiration and innovation to, again, feed yourself, become this really well balanced being of sun energy, masculine energy, and moon energy, the feminine energy, right? And really finding that sacred union and that love and passion and kind of, you know, structure, but also knowing that your feminine is what's going to get you outside of this box. You know, she's the feminine energy is chaos, and again, being lost and not having to know. It's the not knowing, having the inner knowing, but of intuition, but not knowing exactly what's coming in the outer world, right? Yes, good fucking read. Beautiful. I'm working on, I just ordered 2 new decks and I'm super excited about them. Ooh, look. So I see primal. So when I think of primal, connecting deep within, sacred dance, instinct. This was on the bottom of the deck. So again, that sacred dance between this masculine and feminine energy within you. And of course, when we find that union within, then we will see that sacred union without, right? And so this is just really connecting with your primal instincts. Okay, just a couple more minutes on this guy, or a minute on this guy. When I think of primal, I think of really connecting with Mother Earth. And again, Mother Earth is the ultimate feminine energy. It's chaos, it's destruction, it's crazy weather, it's hot weather, it's you know, the rains that we need to nourish our plants. And this is really just finding that primal, your primal instincts with the structure and the faith of that the mother always provides. There's always food. There's always abundance. Always water. You know. And when we start to really actually hone into our instincts and actually, you know, actually, like, I truly believe those instincts, that intuition, then, you know, you just, you're the motherfucking high priestess. You're the motherfucking empress. You're the lover. Ah! And therefore you're a star. Aquarius is hermaphrodite of the zodiac, so they're the sacred union of the masculine and feminine. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed. This is definitely the strong energies that we're feeling, but know that, you know, as we really make this sacred dance with our instincts and we become well connected with that feminine Mother Earth energy, all of that, you know, it really will take us into innovation, and it will really lead us to more inspiration of what we want to be, how we want to be, and how we want to heal in the Aquarian age. And how we're gonna fucking come in for the Aquarian age. Sorry, I got all kinds of sun right here, but I'm actually loving it. It feels great. Hope you guys have a great day. Happy Sunday. Have a great week.